today's is a few weeks has been emotionally for me because um well, if you haven't watched my videos, you should probably do right now to understand a little bit at the beginning. um my dad got an accident, and I will still say it on the stream or Twitch. I don't care, I will still say it. I can freely say this. This is my dad after all. So yeah. But today, or the last 2 weeks, been emotionally for me because as I was gonna wait for my dad, doing my little. I was gonna go to Stockholm, pretty sure. It's the not my city, but it's huvudstad in Swedish. And I'm not saying it in English. I'm not looking it up right now. You just have to understand Swedish. That's all. But basically, I was going to be waiting there at 12 a.m., waiting for him and all, and about 10 minutes to 5, I've been waiting for him. I was wondering why was he gone. And after 20 minutes, the taxi arrived. He tried to call. I even tried to message my mom, and even longer times, like 30 minutes or so, pretty sure. My mom decided to me to just, I think it was, well, actually, was it 40 minutes? I don't know. But, yeah, it turns out he didn't, the reason why he didn't pick up, actually, I will say that a little bit in a few seconds. Which, by the way, we tried to call my dad, even the taxi, or my mom. It's unusual for him to not call us, but the reason why, actually, no, I'm not saying actually. So it actually went ratherly. My mom said I was gonna have to go home because obviously I couldn't drive the taxi to the Stockholm because I couldn't do this by myself. So I went straight back home. I thought he was sleeping. Usually watch his little book around his ear every day. He had this little mechanic little thing he can always listen to, like a little one of those like voice things, like it reads for you the book. But yeah, I thought it was gonna be one of those days he's gonna be sleeping and do absolutely much nothing. I completely forgot about it. But as soon as I returned home, I looked up everywhere for him. He was not home. And we tried to give it a look and try to call for some other people. I think my mom was calling for the hospital upstairs and see if he was up or not hospital, the place where we're going to meet. And turns out, hello there, thanks for the follow. You're going to be here for a depressing moment here. And if you're also here for showdown battles, I am not interested. I'm only going to do only highlights. So, sorry about that. But, yeah. And she was ready to call for someone, and turns out someone was injured and ended up tripped and fell straight to the ground and ended up getting a heart stomp, pretty sure. And the one and only of all unfortunate people around the world had to be my dad. He passed away, and we didn't even notice this. He was only 52 years old. He was young still. He was young to die. He wasn't not destined to do it, but still he did. And every reunion, cousins, brothers, sisters, even my grandma and potentially my grandpa even has returned or has arrived. And my mom told me before it, and he died. So after a whole like a week or so. I'm pretty sure it was a week. I waited for. I was like wondering, what am I gonna do? Like every emotion in me, like I was one of those people that had like problems with getting tears because I usually have not. I'm not a cryable person. I keep my tears all with myself. So I had a difficult moment to have an emotion and feelings back then, but I had to keep it up. And yeah, after we found out, we went straight to the hospital, and took a little while, but eventually we got to see my dad, my brother, my little sister, my little brother, and my mom. We got a ride from my little sister's, I'm pretty sure teacher, I think, and yeah, it unfortunately turned out she was the only one who could have drive us there with a vehicle of that size. So we went to the hospital, and once it was our turn, we saw him. Fortunately, couldn't able to move. He was cold. Everyone was heartbroken, shattered, raged, depressed. Everything went so fast. And this was just out of sudden. He was a proud legend of our union. He was literally one of the top best fathers around our union. He was literally one of the. Why? But unfortunately, sometimes like these can happen, as my mom say often, or anyone else around the world. So yeah, we had to say goodbye to him, and we had to take a turn. Our reunions, our families, cousins and stuff, they even had to arrive, even see him one last time. And last week's Tuesday, it was his funeral. Everyone cried, even my mom. We even went for it. We went to his church, and there was literally about 100 potential people around this, maybe over 150, to respect my dad. And that's what just happened. So we went to the funeral, where the graveyards are. His tombstone, they had to bring take one of those cars, and the ones we had to get you could only fit one of those or one of those coffins. Sorry. And yeah, it was not an enjoyable moment. Every step we took, we had to cry. It was even had to hail, and even had to be a little bit of snowstorming. Of all times, why had to be snowing as well? It's kind of ruined the moment. I thought it would preferably be raining. But we placed the coffin down to where his tombstones can be at, and slowly raised it down. We didn't want to believe this was true. We didn't want this to happen. But still, it was happening. It was not a prank. Even then, it was even that. Like, I thought it was going to be an April Fool's prank or something to us. And no joke, this was not an April Fool's thing. This just actually happened. And I can prove you, people. I'm gonna search my dad, and if anyone wants to have any problems against, hold on, let me find him. My dad. This was him. It says in Swedish, but that's him. My proudful dad. That fortunately he was even at a football. He was actually one of those coach. He was a coach at a football team. Even tried to practice my little brother to play soccer. Sorry, soccer. And yeah, he was so respectful that to me. And that's why for the remaining session, or the remaining few weeks or months, I don't know when, this will be probably my last stream I'll be making for a very long time until I return. And I'm not saying how or when I'll be returning, even though how long it's going to take. I will have to fortunately do my part of my thing, and I promised my dad that I will be trained. I have to train, practice, and even have to go outside a lot, play less video games, and do one extra mission. And let's just say I need to find the chosen one. You know? The chosen one. Anything else? I'm not saying anything else. But that's I'm not sure if I'll put this as a special highlight and include this in my video or one of my videos, but I will have to eventually tell this to the world why it happened. And yeah, the ones that are watching this right now, you could be including on top of it. So thank you for watching today's video. Unfortunately, I'm Mr. Sorrow Luke this time, or Unlucky Luke today, or weeks. But that's it, and as always, take care.